Okay, welcome to this video on the 2017 question B2 higher level. Right, on rotations, elevation, plan and end view, and a 3D graphic box are shown. So 3D graphic, plan, elevation, end elevation. The logo on lid A is based on an equilateral triangle. The mirror on lid B is based on a regular octagon. So this is B here. Part A, draw the given elevation, plan and end view. So we'll get going at that there. Alright, so I'm going to start on my plan view. Right, I'll just straighten my visualizer up as best as I can. Okay, right, so light line down along here at the bottom says it's 180 in width. Alright, so we're going to mark 180 okay, in width. Alright, I'm going to start with lid A. Alright, so in 35, up 30 for the center. So in 35, up 30. So there it is there, and it says the radius is 35. So I'm going to drop down 5, mark a dot there just as my radius. I'm going to take my compass. So I'm setting my compass to radius 35. And I'm going to swing an arc from there. Okay, I'm going to head in the circle later. Right now I'm going to attack the equilateral triangle. So I'm doing a light line through the center, vertically and horizontally. So this point of the triangle is found by joining a line from this vertex over to that vertex. So we're going to join these together. Now, this is the start point of it. It's an equilateral triangle, it says, with a size of 40. So I'm going to measure 20 either side of the center line and draw 2 light lines upwards, okay, as constructions. Now, what's the angle inside in an equilateral triangle? What is it? It is 60 degrees. Heavy line there. Heavy line across, heavy line there. Right, now get the smaller ones inside. Okay, these two are equal, so essentially it's just those two. These two are another little equilateral triangles again. So sorry, you didn't see that. So that's how we get the inside one. Now, alright, I'm going to move on to lid B. And after I do lid B, I'll then get the intersections of circles. So this point here in lid B is in 13 from the end, and we go up 25. So I'm going to go in 13. My set square. I'm going to go up 25, and I'm going to draw a light line all the way up. And then I can join them two together. And along the bottom, I can heavy from this point over to the intersection of the circle and the baseline. So as you can see over there. Now, the next altitude is 40, right on the edge of lid B there, 40. Alright, now I'm going to do the octagon. Alright, so the octagon base is in line with this vertex here. So I'm going to draw a line across, and the octagon is 70 across the flats. So light line across. Up here is the start point. And I'm going to mark 70 here. Right, so I'm going to draw in the square that the octagon fits into. So the octagon fits into a 70 mil square. So that's the square the octagon fits into. Now I'm going to zoom in here. And the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to draw basically a circle that would encompass the octagon. So we're going to draw a circle that would be inside the octagon. So to do that, we got to join the corners of the square to get our center point. So the radius of the square, or radius of the circle rather, is going to be 35. So I'm going to take my compass, I'm going to set it to radius 35, and I'm going to draw a light circle that would inscribe the octagon. Now, what is the external angle for an octagon? Well, and that is 45. Where did I get that answer? 360 divided by the number of sides, which is 8. So the external angle is 45. Now, in this question, the problem is you don't know the lengths of the sides. But this octagon is going to fit inside the square and be tangential to the circle. So where the diagonal pierces the circle, and just bear with me one moment, I'm going to clean my equipment. So where the diagonals pierce the circle is a point to start with on the side of the octagon. So 45 degrees set square, tangential to the circle, and hitting both ends of both sides of the square, as shown there. And this is what calculates the length of sides. So then you can heavy in the remaining parts. Right, so there's our octagon done. Now, the next thing we're going to do is tack this curve here. Now, the difficulty students would have is finding the center point, alright? And the center point of this is up 40 from the base of the octagon. Okay, and the radius of the curve is 48. So we're going to go up 40. And this is our center point here. And the radius is 48. So if you draw a light line out to there that will calculate 38 for you, or 48 rather, because it's 35 plus 13. So we're going to set our compass here, and I'm going to draw in an arc there, radius 48. The next thing I want to do now is calculate the arc in here. So how do I do that? How do I do that? So two circles in contact, the distance between their centers is equal to the sum of the radii. So this one here, this center point is 35 plus 34 away from there. And the center point is 34 plus 48 away from here. So we're going to draw two arcs with those respective distances until they intersect each other, and that gives us the answer. So I'm going to draw a light line down here at the bottom. (35) plus 34 equals 69. Okay, then 34 plus 48 equals 80 or 72, I believe, or 82 rather. So 82. So we're going to swing two arcs, radius 69 and radius 82. So I'm going to set my compass to the first one, 69. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to swing an arc there. Then I'm going to put my compass to the next one, so that radius 82, and swing an arc from here till they intersect. And the radius is 34. So now what I'm going to do is set my compass to a radius 34. So I'll do it lightly. Okay, now tiny bit off there. So I'm joining the centers to find the respective point of contact. Now we can heavy in the relevant portions. So heavy in then the arcs. Right, there we go. Now we've got to do the division line between lids A and B. Okay, it says the angle is 75 and it's just down from the octagon there. So we'll do that. So zoom out here. So you can use your protractor or your set squares added together. There we go. Alright, now next thing we're going to do is start our elevation and end elevation. Okay. So up. Project our lines up for elevation lightly. Okay, look, while you're here, you may as well project the octagon points up here as well to save yourself time. So now check the question to see the height of the actual box in the jewellery. And the answer is 25. Right, so there we've the outline of the unrotated elevation done. So we do. Now I'm going to start on the end view. Right. So I'm going to bring my points across to there, and then I'm going to do my 45 degrees. Okay, I'm going to bring my line across here from elevation as the heights remain the same. So there's a heavy line there, line here, hidden line here, heavy line here. And then we're going to deal with the lids in separate goes. So we're going to label this lid A and lid B. Right. So lid B is opened at an angle of 55 degrees and lid A is open at an angle of 30 degrees. Now what we need to know is that there's a gap between these two. Right. So I'm going to go over to my end elevation and I'm going to draw a line at an angle of 55 degrees. So where's my protractor? So 55 degrees is what I'm drawing in there. Now, that's 1 second there. Okay, and this will probably run up into the border a little bit. So I'll just move the visualizer back a little bit. Right, to get the total length of lid B, put your compass here on point O, move it over to there, swing it up there, and it goes right up to the top there. So there's the very tip of the lid B. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to rotate the points on the octagon. Right, so I'm going to label these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right, now you have to get good at following the lines yourself. Right, so I'm going to bring all these over here. Right, 45-degree line up to its unrotated position in elevation. So we can mark them just to make our life easy. We can mark them in here. A/B, H/C, G/D, and then E/F. Now we get our compass. We're going to put our compass on point O, and we're going to swing the points into their rotated positions. So I'm going to swing A to B onto it, H/C onto the rotated position for the lid. Same with G and D, E and F. Now the points got to go across from elevation. And then the points up from plan, as we had spoken about earlier. And then we're going to match them up. So look, A over and up from A, and the same with B now. I'm going to try and zoom in. I don't really have much room to zoom in. There we go. That's really the best I can do. So A over, up, cross from A. So there's A, B. Okay, match the points up. H, C, G, D, E, F. Okay, and join, E, I put in the wrong position, E. And we're going to join the points together. Okay, now what I'm going to teach you how to do is deal with the curve. Right, so I'm going to teach you how to deal with the curve on this one here, on lid B. So 0. Okay, split it up into 60-30 as you're used to doing. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0 is there. Alright, points across to our YY line. Tree's already done. Now, so we're doing our 45 degrees. 6 is done. Now, points up to their unrotated position. And 6 is done. Now label these, label them in a different color, it makes it easier. 3 is there. 2/4, right? 1/5, 0, and then that's number 6 there as well. Right, so up here is 3. So compass here, 2/4, 5, 0, and 6 there. 2/4, 1/5, 0, 6. Alright, now bring your points across, okay, from elevation. Right, then bring them straight up from plan. Okay, now, so it makes it easier, so just you have your own methods for getting these. So I'm going to go 1 straight to 1, and that's point 1 there. Alright, you can bring it out of the line all the way up if you want. Okay, 2, 3, I know is up there. 4, I know is there. Okay, I'll zoom in there. 5 is here. 6 is there. And then 0 is here. 0. Now note 0. Point 0 joins to this point here, which is on this line in elevation. Okay, so you bring the point from plan straight up, just have it level with your set square. It's directly above the octagon in plan, underneath the octagon in elevation, the regular octagon. This point here joins to 0. And then you can sketch them all in later. Alright. Now, it'd be no harm then to do an extra, just one extra point on the curve here, one extra point on the curve. So I'm going to do just one more. I'm joining it down to my set square, or my center point. I'm going to call that X. Straight across with X. 45-degree line. Up. rotate it. Here's X up there. Straight across. Straight up, and there's point X, just an additional point there. Now we're going to attack this one here, lid A. Now lid A angle opens at an angle of 30 degrees. So 30 degrees here is the angle. Alright, now note that lid A starts there at 0. So the only bit of rotation you have to do is from here, 0, inside. So this 0 to the 30 degree line, straight over to here, straight above from O. Okay, and they join together. I'll just pause.
Do you need a compass?
So,
Do you need it?
join these 2 points together, and that's the distance between there's a gap between them. So then the next portion is this we're going to do, and then the equilateral triangles, and then we'll sketch them in. Now we will attack the equilateral triangle here. So the concept is going to remain the same, alright, that we have applied throughout the question. We need to bring the points from from its position in plan, okay, to the unrotated position in end elevation. Right, now, then we need to, as I've done there, we need to bring it up to our unrotated position in end elevation. Sorry, I shouldn't have went too far there. It doesn't matter, but it would look nicer. So now, so I'm going to swing my put my compass on O. I'm going to swing the 3 points up. So I just want to put this into focus. So you swing this up to the 30 degree lid. That's so important. So here's its respective points here. And then same concept as all the other ones. Alright, lines straight across. Right, now, points straight up. Okay, so this point I'm bringing up from plan here. Alright, where it hits the top line of the equilateral triangle you've brought up, that's its position. Alright, this one here, the bottom point, where you bring it up until it hits the bottom line is its position. And then this one is naturally going to be the center, so we can bring them two straight up to the center. So then we're going to join them together. There's the equilateral triangle in its rotated position. So it's no longer equilateral anymore because you're not looking perpendicular to the surface. Now we're going to attack the curve. Right. So I'm going to do 60 degrees here. 30 degrees. And that's all I'm going to do. It ends there where the two centers touch each other. So I'm going to call it J, K, L, M, P, N. Right now, I'm going to bring my lines across until I hit it. Now this time I'm going to use a different color to help prevent confusion. If you're going to use them, you got to be dead accurate with them. Okay. Don't go too heavy on the color and pencil because you don't want the line to be too blunt. Try and keep the line as thin as possible. Keep that color and pencil as sharp as possible as well. Okay, one of them is already done for me. There's one there I just marked in. Now we're going to put our compass there and we're going to rotate them up. Same as usual. Remember, it's where they hit the 30-degree line in this case. And then points across from your rotated position in elevation. That's a bit off there. Now there's no question about it. As you use colours, you lose accuracy. The sacrifice though is time, what you gain though is time and speed. And the ability to complete the question. So you can see how thick the coloured lines are. Right, so we're ready. Okay. M is the top one. So up and over from the top line is point M. Then N is the second one in altitude. The further you go up to the top here in plan, the higher up the points are due to its rotation. Look, if I follow M across, M will be the very top one. Then it'll be N, then it'll be L. Then it'll be K, and then it'll be J. Alright, so M, N, L, K, and then J is here. There's J, and then it'd be no harm to do another point here now. So it'd be no harm to do another one down here at the bottom. So we'll bring that over and we'll rotate it. So that's, I'll just bring that up there. So you see the way I brought another one down across. We're going to rotate it then, that I just done. So here, and point across. Probably just do this one in pencil there for myself because it's easier. So I'm going to bring this one straight across. I'll zoom out now. That's its position there. And then this point is right there. Okay, so we'll sketch them in. The next thing we have to do is the interior curve here to O. So it's going to follow the same idea. So I'm going to do this one in green pen. Okay, if you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, you can see it. So 60-degree line, and line at any angle you want at all. It doesn't have to be any particular one. So point straight across and it's touching the side there. Same with this one. 45-degree line as always. So up until it's hitting our horizontal plane or end elevation. Bring it to its unrotated position. Okay, rotate the points onto the 30-degree lid. So it's the green points here I'm rotating. So then, straight across, right, and then straight up then from plan. So remember that's point O. So here's now Q. Now I don't like the look of this point O here, so I'm going to check that by bringing this over, rotating it up and going across, and yeah, it's right there. And then what about it on its 30-degree line? Yeah, I'm happy with it on its 30-degree line. I might just, I'll tell you what, I'll just check there. Oh, compass. Yeah, a little bit inaccurate there. Oh, should be up a tiny, tiny bit. Here's Q. And the next one is here. R. So there's R. Now, I'm going to untape the sheet, pause the video, sketch these in and show you what the completed question looks like. So there is what the completed question looks like. Alright, so that was a long enough question to learn through it, but if you keep practicing them, you'll get faster. And remember, there's a gap between the two lids. That's what hit students the hardest. I don't think anybody got that in the particular exam year or the group that I done this question in video with. Cheers, thank you, bye bye.